Hello and welcome back. Today will be the first day I do my Hearthstone news segment. This will be episode 1 of Hearthstone Pissed Off News. I have a couple of things I want to talk about that I found on the internet. I'm drinking water today. It's extremely hot outside. I'm dying. I'm recovering from being quite ill. But you guys might be thinking, hey, well, Seaside, what you being such a vagina for? Why ain't you drinking beer like a man? You're being a little pussy boy. Well, I'm actually in the process of fermenting 5 gallons of very good IPA, so fuck you. Anyways, what are we talking about today? Today we have a couple of topics to discuss here. Alright, topic number 1. We have the deck list importing. Now, let's see. There was also something else that you can now do your quests in friendly matches with people on your friends list from now on. Whatever, that doesn't really change anything with me. The deck list importing is basically meaning you can now just copy a hyperlink from like a deck building website and just paste it onto Hearthstone. So you're literally just copying and pasting people's decks now. So they took another chunk of using your brain out of the game. Now instead of actually building the decks card by card and kind of like contemplating, should I use this card? Should I take in something else? How much do I like this guy's deck? Blah, blah, blah. Not that you should even really be using some people's other decks anyways. Realistically, I think the game would be a lot cooler if everyone just kind of built their own decks. But, you know, instead it's all cancer. And you're just going to copy and paste some faggot's Murloc deck on your shit so you can get to rank 5 and impress your friends. Whee! So, bottom line, Blizzard is doing the same thing to Hearthstone that they've been doing to all their games since Blizzard started making games. Making them easier, making them lamer. World of Warcraft, for instance, was arguably really cool when it first came out, although it was a complete mess. I didn't play it when it first came out. I was in high school and I still, you know, did things like rode my bike around and got into trouble and this, that, and other stuff. But once Wrath of the Lich King came around, I started playing at the end of that, but I didn't really know what I was doing, and I actually started playing it in Cataclysm, which I guess is a terrible time to start playing Warcraft. But even Cataclysm was pretty good, I think, just because it was where I started. And I just noticed it got progressively worse. You know, as soon as Raid Finder came out, it's just like, yeah, it's convenient, but it takes a lot of the game out of the game. Just like, you know, you're no longer building your decks in Hearthstone unless you're actually, you know, not a faggot. Most people are faggots in this game. Most people are going to copy and paste. Most people are going to play Raid Finder. And the OGs are going to build their decks, and the OGs are going to find a group of dudes and walk into the raid instance. The good old days are the good old days. Now we live in Blizzard's La La Land catering to fucking double-digit IQ faggotry. So that's that. Deck importing. Next. This week's Tavern Brawl, an evil exchange. You get to be Kel'Thuzad, or you get to be Rafaam. We've seen this before. The last time they did it, though, Kel'Thuzad was overpowered. So basically, every time you queued up as Rafaam, you would basically concede, or your opponent would concede. You know, more often than you actually get to play the match. I played it maybe like 20, 25 games, and yeah, it was frustrating being Kel'Thuzad. I mean, sometimes you can win, but it's a challenge. Your opponent has to have shit in their hands. The reason why Rafaam is so much better is, I mean, the hero power is obviously better, but it's that he has board clears and he has removal. Kel'Thuzad has 2 Frostbolts, which are okay for early game, and he has 2 Necrotic Poisons or whatever that kill a minion, which is fine, but it just seems like Rafaam has so much more removal. Some of the legendaries that Kel'Thuzad has is pretty sick. but I'd say they're pretty sick till like turn 5 or 6, and then they really just don't compete with fucking, you know, 3 mana Tarion Forgerings and this, that, and another thing. And the constant fucking removal. You know, the 0 mana do 5 damage to the whole board. You know, just shit. So, I think Blizzard said, you know, this time around we need to make Rafam just as strong as Kel'Thuzad, but let's nerf Kel'Thuzad as well. And let's make his hero power 2 mana, get an Undertaker in your hand. You don't even get to put it on the board. You just pay 2 mana for a fucking for an Undertaker and pay an extra 1 mana to put it on the board. Yeah, sometimes you get something a little better, but I feel like every time I played Kel'Thuzad, I'd constantly hero power when I was running out of steam and get like Unstable Ghoul or Undertaker or something else that sucked, and it was disappointing. And not that it's a huge deal, but all of the minions that Kel'Thuzad plays, all their battle cry like voices are like just stolen from other cards. I guess, you know, they don't need to do voice acting just for a Tavern Brawl, but I guess it wouldn't hurt considering the amount of fucking money they make. Maybe they could go the extra mile. But I guess they won't. It's hard. It's hard to even make a video about this game at this point, because every time I play it, I just get so frustrated because I'm trying new cool decks, I'm trying to have fun, but it's just fucking. It's just the Murlocs, dude. The Murlocs is expansion. They just keep making more and more Murlocs. They're like, let's just keep pumping out Murlocs until they are the most viable thing in the game, and they've succeeded. Now, you know, something that was probably supposed to be more of a joke, a meme deck, back in the first Classic set, is now just ridiculously strong, to the point where you look at your, like, 8, 9, 10 drop legendary cards that you were so excited to craft, like, a couple years ago. They're all fucking garbage now because of Murloc War Leader and a bunch of fucking Murlocs, and then a card that buffs all your motherfucking Murlocs, and a dinosaur that adapts Murlocs, which makes no fucking sense. It's a dinosaur that adapts Murlocs. Why? So that's pretty gay. Anyways, the final topic is Hearthstone Mulligans, Episode 1. Yeah, well, let's watch a short clip of that starting now.
What the hell is an error 14? Come on!
Easy, lad!
Hey.
Hey! Brave as you are, you cannot defeat an evil such as this alone. Let us consult the writings of the user guide.
Every time I go to print, though. Seriously.
Good. Succumb to the darkness. Drink the potion. Claim your destiny.
Not helping, Gul'dan.
Behold!
Alright, what do I think about this? Is this funny? No, I don't think it is funny. I think it's a couple of fucking nerds in the Hearthstone team that were like, hey, since we're not really doing anything to fucking balance this game or anything, I mean, I don't know really what the fuck our job is here. Let's go into the coffee room and dress up like fucking Hearthstone characters and try and, you know, make a funny sketch comedy bit. And fail miserably. It's fucking it's just cringeworthy nerd shit. It's like the kind of shit that you would find like in the classroom, like 2 kids in the back with a fucking neckbeard and a fedora, like making pew pew jokes and My Little Pony's cool, right, buddy? It's fucking nerd shit. The guy playing Uther was just fucking annoying, and the whole thing was just cringeworthy, and none of it was really that funny. You know what I'm saying? You know, Gul'dan's got the fucking coffee pot with the fell juice in it, you know? If you got the money, Blizzard, and I know you do, hire some fucking comedians if you want to do this shit. If you found it funny, your sense of humor is garbage, I'm sorry. You know, I mean, I get you probably need to keep it PG, but I don't know. Some funny shit could be done, you know? It could be done. Going about it all wrong. I hope if they continue these things, they don't turn out like this, or the fucking Hearthstone commercials, you know, where they take this inside. God, It's hard to watch that shit, especially like if you're like talking to a buddy who doesn't play video games, and I have to kind of explain to myself, like, or explain to him, you know, yeah, I play this card game on the internet. It's fucking World of Warcraft characters, you know, and immediately your friends be like, I've never played World of Warcraft before, but that sounds fucking gay, bro. You sound like a total faggot. And you know, you try to justify, be like, no, it's like you know, it's like chess, but like on a whole other level. There's a lot of strategy involved. It's just a good, you know, it's a puzzle. It's like a strategy game. I don't know. It's entertaining. And then you're like, oh, you know what? Let me show you this commercial. Maybe Blizzard with their epic, you know, sick ass videos that they make for you know, World of Warcraft and shit can finally shine some light on to how to show somebody who isn't into this game how to get into this game, perhaps, you know, persuading them with some sick ass footage, some cool stuff, or at least if they're going the comedy route, you know, it'll actually be like hilarious. Nope, it's fucking retarded, fucking cringeworthy bullshit. You know, like a commercial like that where they're saying, you want to take this inside, and they're dressed up all goofy. They don't even look like Hearthstone characters. I don't know. They look like somebody who last minute slapped something together, like going to BlizzCon, you know? And it's not going to draw in new crowds, and it's going to make the people who already play the game be like, ugh, dude, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? I don't know. Anyways, that's the Hearthstone news today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I don't care. Fuck you. And we'll see you next time.